Welcome to the Good Morning from the Chicken Coop podcast with Kim Johnson, your creative strategist and master mindset coach. Filled with inspiration, distinctions, perspectives, and possibilities, we help you to cultivate a mindset that leads you to create the best version of yourself you could ever imagine. Join Kim every morning from one of her favorite happy places, her chicken coop, along with all her chickens.
Hey everybody, good morning from the chicken coop. And it is noisy out here this morning because apparently we have a lot of irritation around who's using what box. I always find that very funny since they have a boatload of them, but they only want one. Okay, so today what we are talking about is what you think about, you bring about. So very simple, cute little phrase, what you think about, you bring about. Really it boils down to where is your energy, what you ruminate on, you bring into the world. It manifests. And what seeds you plant grow. So we often focus a lot on things that are wrong. It's hardwired into us to look at what's wrong in our world. And that is actually a very useful tool. I want to be really clear about this. That is a very useful tool because it helps us see what's wrong so we can fix it. It helps us understand certain things in our world always need to be worked on and cultivated, and that helps us survive. You know, if you didn't see what was wrong, you would be bumbling and having a lot more problems than you do. But where this goes awry is when we use that tool too much and we stay focused on all the things that are wrong rather than using them as information. The kicker here is that you have to take that tool, that useful tool, and of seeing what's wrong, and collecting information from it, figuring out what is this trying to show me, asking a better question. What is this trying to show me? So this whole theory of what you think about, you bring about, is a great little way for you to decide where is my pattern of thought going right now? Where am I spending the preponderance of my time? And what am I growing? What am I cultivating? What am I putting my energy to? And this is an exercise that I would love for you guys to be able to do, you know, at the end of every day, asking yourself, well, where did I put my energy today? Where did I put my thought today? What did I spend my time putting really solid thought energy into? Did I spend my day worrying? Did I spend my day just having moments of worry? Sure, you can have a moment of a thought. You can have a moment of negativity. Nothing's wrong with that. That's human. That's called being human. But the trick is not to spend your time there so that you cultivate it and grow it and turn it into something, because where you put your energy, it goes. So if you want to make something wonderful, you actually have to put your thoughts on that. And believe me, this is something that I have had to learn myself because I am a natural worrier. I was brought up by someone who was a big worrier, and I had to learn that worrying did not help me pass the information. But that was years before I figured that out. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that you can't stay in it, because the phrase is, what you think about, you bring about. So if you think about it too much and you ruminate on it too much and you give it too much energy, you will make it happen in your world. And that I am certain of. When you spend your time putting your energy into that, you, positive or negative, you can make it happen. You know, it took me a long time in my world to get to this point. I've been in this business since 1996. I have spent years working on myself and continue to work on myself because I still have those things. This is not something that you just master and say, oh, I'm done, I don't have to do this, I don't worry anymore. No, that is not true. No matter how great you are, no matter what initials you have after your name, no matter how many certifications you have, you still cannot get past the fact that you have your humanness to deal with. We are all human, and we are on this human plane having this human experience. Therefore, we will act as humans, and we will worry, and we will have moments of anger, and we will have moments of despair. The choice of our training comes into how long will we stay in those thoughts? How long will we put ourselves in that position before we say, no, this is not the way I want to go. I want to pull myself out, and I want to do a better job right now. And I want to say, No, what we think about, we bring about. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go in another direction. And by going in another direction, well, that's what serves us, because we can choose that direction and we can cultivate that direction. But it all comes down to one thing. You have to be aware of it first, and you have to realize that those thoughts are happening. So this is a mission for you, to start going off and recognizing, where am I putting this energy? And if you spend any amount of time listening to this podcast, you're going to recognize that I do a lot of this, talk about this in different ways, in different formats, and it's a common thread, because it's the most difficult thing that as human beings that we will have to do. So will you hear me say this again in a different way? Yes. Will you hear me say it multiple times in different ways? Yes, because it is the most common thing we struggle with, hands down. This is an internal job. Everything is an inside job, and we cannot ignore the tools that we have, that we're using improperly, which is our focus. So our focus can get hyper-focused on the things that we actually don't want to do. Our focus is like, someone said to me, oh, I have really great focus. Well, yes, this person has intense focus, but all that energy goes to the wrong thing. It always goes to what's wrong. So that intensity is bringing about, I don't understand why wrong things keep showing up. Well, because you keep focusing on wrong things. You take the information they're trying to deliver to you, you get clear on what it is, and then you move your energy into a different direction of solving those things or doing something different. You cannot stay in that energy and expect something to be different. So hopefully this was helpful today for you to see, again, what we think about, we bring about. So please choose your thoughts carefully. And I will see you tomorrow, my friends. Have a blessed day.